Like,
Okay, let's eliminate the name thing, Noble. That
okay,
gotta go.
thank you.
Because you over here talking about something. I was still cool with Zar. Like, what does Zarya have to do with any of that? Like, the name thing, we did not choose our names. Ladarius could still have a 4.0 and go to
That's
Harvard. It's his mom who chose that name. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with like education. So we really got to eliminate that. Like that part. I know a boy named Sherman who is a serial cheater, and he is exactly who you described Ladarius to be. So that gotta go. That part is like invalid, but the whole idea of like a square, I also feel like, Noble, did you talk to girls in school that were like in the books in the library? Like, I just feel like people don't always necessarily they always associate with like in their groups, and I feel like you always bring up this dynamic of like high school and college where it's like, oh, I wasn't cool enough to be around these girls. Well, like let those girls date the same terrible guys, and you go for the girls that are in the library and they are in the spaces that you're in. I feel like you are trying to blame those girls because they go out and mess with those guys and then try to talk to guys like you. But it's like, why are you not finding girls in your space who are not doing stuff like that? I'm so confused. Like, I know so many girls that will say, I don't get that much male attention. I don't, just how you were saying you don't get talked to because you were square. There's girls who are gonna say, oh yeah, I don't get talked to or approached by certain kind of guys. So like, what is this reality that you live in? I'm just confused.
okay, Zaria. First of all, let me correct you really quick. Listen, like I said, no, these women that are interested in Ladarius and Davion and Keontae and Sharon,
Let's take the
I
names
listen.
off.
Zaria. I listen in high school and college. They showed interest in me. I always got love from them. I'm not speaking. Excuse me. I'm not speaking from the perspective of a man, because yes, there are men that they're attracted to the girl that's named Zaria, Ayana, Shaniqua, Latea. They find those women physically attractive, but in their eyes, those women are only interested in these quote unquote bad boys and stuff. I'm not talking from that perspective. Like I said, I don't. Everyone showed me love. I've been cool with everybody, but I do consider myself to be a square. All I'm saying, Zaria, is that these square men, women see them in a certain light, like I always try to tell y'all. And Baby P, I'm happy Baby P is on here right now. And she came on here and said the things that she said because this is just it is what it is, Zaria. Like, you're 23, Baby P is 21, I'm 25. Like, y'all associate a lot of women in our age range. Y'all automatically associate. Like, I'm sorry. Listen. It's a fact. That dude that I put on the screen, that is the type of man that a lot of these women are attracted to, fellas. Just like accept it for what it is. Like, don't listen. I don't care what any of these women come on here and say. Until they go through these traumatizing experiences and this pain, that is when they are going to want you. Let me tell you, fellas, something. All these women have fallback guys, okay? And how Baby P, and like I always tell you guys, the guy that they friend zone, his characteristics, his personality, that is their fault. That guy is their fallback guy. That's when they're done dealing with Ladarius and Keontae and Sharon and Jerron. That's the man when they have 3, 4, 5 kids by 3, 4, 5 different men. That's the man that they run to, that they want to be with now. They're not interested in Ladarius and them no more. So all I'm trying to say about what I be trying to say and trying to understand is that why is it still that even in 2022 that after seeing how these men move, that you guys are still interested in these men? Like, y'all don't want to pay attention. Y'all don't want to pay attention to the dude that walk in class and don't say anything to anybody. Y'all don't want to pay attention to the dude that's in the engineering school. Y'all don't want to pay attention to the dude that's in the finance school. Like, y'all want no disrespect to anybody in here, but y'all want the dude that's in communications. Y'all want the dude that's outside in the club right now in the section with bottles, spending his whole check that he earned this past Friday, spending his whole
Noble.
$901,000.
Noble.
That's what they want, fellas. I'm sorry.
Noble. Okay, let's differentiate because do you know what most finance majors, STEM majors are doing? They're not at parties. They're not everywhere. The main thing, people that are in scripts like journalism, communications, they barely have anything to do. So they're all going to be at every party, every event when it's at college. So it's like those, and that's the one thing about like the men who are always in, like, one thing a man is going to do that's always in somebody's like face is like they're going to associate and talk to everybody. They are covering all this ground, all this area that guys like you are not even, like, y'all will go to a party or like the squares you say and stand in the corner of the room. Like if somebody is there to have fun, why would somebody just randomly be like, let me go to this random corner of the room and talk to this guy? Like they don't put themselves out there. So I think when she's talking about game, she's just saying like these are people who approach her. Now, I wasn't in here earlier when she talked about like in toxic guys, and that's a whole nother topic because toxicity, I think you should start saying that you want a guy that is spontaneous. You want spontaneity. You want a guy that will randomly invite you on a date, randomly do some like fun, spontaneous stuff. Because one thing, a guy that the toxic guy, most of them don't have structure. And with structure, without structure, they're gonna be like terrible people. Like if you want a guy that want to put his gun in your purse type of guy, like I can send you people's Instagrams and numbers because those are the people we need to not be on the streets, the serial cheaters, the super toxic people. But I don't think you want toxic, and I would hope you don't mean like the guys that randomly put their hands on you. Like if you've ever dated a really toxic person, you will know that that is the type of person I would rather have, the most boring random guy than to ever date anybody toxic. Like
No,
it's
I
a
really
very
just meant like I think I meant spontaneous, but it came off as like as toxic. Like the way I was describing it, I kind of meant spontaneous.
Okay, let me say something, then I'll shut up and I'll let Gail and Baby C speak. But I want to respond to what Zaria just said. Okay, Zaria, I acknowledge and understand what you just said, but even despite the fact, Zaria, that really quick. So the question of the poll, and I'm gonna run it back. The question of the poll is, how is a man able to clap your cheeks in 2022? And 30.95%, 30.95% of people voted mentally stimulated. Fellas, these women nowadays, listen, the same woman that got 3, 4, 5 kids by Ladarius and Jamonte and Keontae and Jerron,
stop.
that's the same woman that's telling you that she needs to be mentally stimulated for her to for her to grant a man access to her body. Okay.
First of all, don't be saying names like that. Like, don't be doing all that, okay? Because yeah.
Listen. Fellas, I want y'all to I just want y'all to really pay attention though. Like, especially in our community, all these babies are being born out of wedlock. 74, almost 75% of these of us are being born out of wedlock. But these are the same women that are telling us that they need to be mentally stimulated before they grant a man access to their body. Make it make sense.
Wow. So you're limiting
one second.
Wow.
Our same women that are the lowest married and highest divorce in this country are the same women that are telling us they need to be mentally stimulated. Fellas, these women that say I need a man to make 6 figures, and they got all these different standards, that they're unjustified standards, by the way, but all these high standards that they're not qualified to have. These are the same women that are telling you that they need to be mentally stimulated in order to grant a man access to their body. Just take in what I just said. Okay, I'm gonna run the poll back again. Let me say something, and I'm gonna shut up and let Gail and Baby C speak. But I want to respond to Zaria. So look, I am a proud square. 3 college degrees. Graduated from a top 10 business school in the country, both undergrad and MBA. Finance and risk management insurance degree, accounting degree. So what Zaria said about the squares going to the parties and wanting to Sergi, can you please mute up? You got some background coming in for a second. Thank you, Sergi. Yeah, proud square. So what Zaria said about when the squares go out and they stand there standing in the corner and this, that, and the third, and who's gonna want to like walk up to them.
And this is
He's
very
right about
college
that.
specific, though. That's only college specific.
Okay,
Like, I'm
you
not
can,
talking
you
about
can
guys
say
in the
it's
club.
college specific, but Zaria, what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, I understand, acknowledge everything you're saying, Zaria, but it's just different for me because I was a college athlete. Like, I was a first team All American basketball player. Like, I was invited to the JUCO All Star game. Like, I was at an NCAA D2. So my experience was kind of different. But I'm also not a lame either. So when I be talking about these squares, all I'll be trying to say is that not because a man is a square doesn't make him a lame. Like I got 7 stamps on my passport. Like I spent 16 days in Spain. I was in Madrid and Barcelona. Like the guys that y'all be attracted to, the guys that you and Baby P be attracted to, they haven't accomplished or done 1/4 of the stuff, 1/8, 1/16 of the stuff that I've done in my life. But
Oh
y'all
wow.
still I'm sorry. No, I'm speaking facts. I gotta
No,
speak facts.
but don't
When I
include
speak
me
facts,
in
I like to
this.
speak facts. I'm not being pompous. I'm not being
No, but I
braggadocious.
got a
I'm not
question
being
for you.
arrogant. I'm just
I
speaking the
got a
truth.
question for you. I got
That
just
is
one
what
question.
y'all want. Y'all still want Ladarius in them, but this other guy is gonna put you on a plane and take you to Paris, London, Amsterdam, DR. I can't even think of the couple other places that I've been right now. But that's who y'all want, and that's who they want. What did you want to ask me, Baby P? Then I'm gonna shut up and let Gail and Baby C speak.
Never mind. I don't want to ask it no more. It's okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Zaria, did you want to rebuttal before I let Gail and Baby C speak?
I just wanted to say I have like that whole. I'm just trying to clarify what she was saying earlier. I don't date the quote unquote Ladariuses, which you are trying to like put out there. I have dated college educated, fraternity associated men. Like that's not. I
You
went to
dated
Hampton University.
you dated a dude that was strolling at the party.
Actually, he was at Alpha, so let's not do that.
Okay. He was
But
still strolling at the party.
I don't know. Ladarius,
but like what?
Okay. I'm sorry, Zaria. I'm sorry, Zaria. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God.
Fellas,
oh
this
my
is
God. Good
what I'm
night.
talking about.
Good night.
Fellas, this is what I'm talking about. She dated the alpha, okay? Whether he was an alpha, whether he was a Q, he was somebody. Listen, let me tell you, if y'all don't know, these
Are you
men that in
what
these
the
fraternities,
You
trying to
Enu,
say?
ain't nothing wrong. Listen, Enu, ain't nothing wrong with the Qs, ain't nothing wrong with the alphas, ain't nothing wrong with the delphas.
He
I got
was
love for
college
all of them.
educated. He got the
okay?
MBA in
Like
business.
I
He
said, no,
he
no,
got
no. Listen,
hired
Zaria,
straight to a top 10 corporate company when he graduated. What are you
Zaria,
talking
Zaria,
about? He's
listen to
just
me,
like you.
Zaria. I'm not. Listen, I'm not shitting on any of them. I got love for them. Like I'm cool with everybody. Everybody is cool with me. All I'm saying is, for those of you that don't know, the man, the alpha, the delta, the Q, the guy that's strolling on campus, the guy that's strolling at the party,
Sigmas.
that guy is still a popular guy. That's all I want y'all to know. He may not be an athlete. He may not be on a football team. He may not be on a basketball team. He may not be on a track team, but he is still a popular guy. So Zaria's over here talking about I dated this, that, and the third.
Okay,
Okay,
but
that's
I'm
still
just
a
saying that
popular
to
guy.
say
He's not.
that he
He's
was
a lot
still
of women.
college
A lot
educated.
of women. A lot of women don't put that guy in the square category. Am I wrong or am I right, Zaria?
I what do you mean? To compare to like the date, like I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Like if he were to walk on those streets, he's considered a square. He has no street smarts. He was raised in a suburb. Like that he is technically considered a square. But he went to college. Like, I'm confused. I didn't meet him at a party. I didn't even go to parties after my freshman year because I worked and I was like in college because I was technically not even really like a real college student because I had to work to be there. Like I was paying out of my own pocket and having scholarships. But I'm saying that with the same background, like he had those accolades where he was involved in different things on organizations on campus. I was not involved in anything. So I'm just saying he would be considered a square, like to the regular day-to-day St. Louis guy who is what you want to consider a street guy and street smart. Like he was raised in a 4 or 5 story home type of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I think you're generalizing just like black
Yep.
men in general.
Generalizing hard as
Yeah,
hell.
I
And
think
because that's what would
on
technically be
Yeah.
considered a lame. Like, and he was short. He wasn't like the top person that everybody picked. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, I got the most popular guy in school. Like, that's really not what it was. He had a good head on his shoulders, and we connected in that way. So I don't know why you want to say that if he's a part of organizations and he's doing this, he's just like, I'm just confused.
You generalizing real hard.
Sergi, did you want to say something? And then I want to respond real quick, and then I'll shut up and let Gail and Baby C.
Yes. So I did want to say that, well, one, I think with the generalizing, like we're speaking as though college is this benchmark that determines someone's value or ability to be a good man. You have skilled tradesmen, you have men who have never went to college and they're good men, and you have men who have 14 degrees and they're doctors and they're horrible people. So that doesn't determine whether a man is good or not. But I think, too, what I was going to speak to is that on the one hand, you're talking about the baby's mothers, and I've heard conversations about body count and all this other stuff. But when this young lady said she was going to be abstinent, people were looking at her or talking like she was crazy. So, like, which one is it? Is it okay for her to take time, abstain, figure herself out, learn herself, and grow, and then maybe figure out what she really wants? Or do you want to have her lean on the side of, you know what I'm saying? It's like we can't give contradictory information.
No, Sergi. So just to answer you real quick, and then I will speak really quick and then shut up because I do want to give Gail and Baby C the opportunity to talk. No, Sergi, like I told her personally, listen, I haven't been looking at these comments. I've been too involved in the conversation, but I applauded her for saying that she's been. I asked her. I said, "How long have you been abstaining?" She said, "For damn, my bad, Gail. I'm sorry." I asked her. I said, "How long have you been abstaining?" She said, "For 2 years." I applauded her for that. So I'm not telling her to. I don't encourage any woman to spread themselves thin. Sergi, I have a younger sister. Like I don't think that is cool at all. I don't support it.
Well, the response, and I'm not saying it was just you, but the response was like, well, I mean, what man is going to want that? Well, what you going to do? Date somebody? Yeah. It wasn't to support her decision.
Yeah, but I can't control what these other men and other people say. But to respond to Zaria, and then I'll shut up and let Baby C speak. No, like Zaria, all I'm saying is that back at home or whatever, that guy may be considered like a square or a lame or whatever. But all I'm saying, Zaria, is that on a college campus, yes, the athlete is going to be seen in a certain light, but I can tell you that the dude that's in the queue, that dude that's in the common area, and they over there and they strolling and stuff, like women like those guys. Like those guys, yeah, they may not be they may not be the point guard on the basketball team. They may not be what's it called? They may not be the running back on a football team, but that guy still has popular. That guy still has some clout. So like, yeah, you off campus he may be seen in a certain light, but on campus, like women like that guy. Women don't see that guy as a square. Women don't see that guy as a lame. Like we gotta just chalk that up and just be honest, Zaria. Like,
I feel like you're only lame if you believe you're lame. Like I don't know, like something about it. Like I just feel like there's people who will consider certain things lame. Like even just like certain cities, like wearing your jeans cuffed is lame in a certain city, but it's cool in another place. Like I just feel like you're generalizing it. Like I don't know. Like then I have seen people in relationships in dynamics where they find people where they are. If you're a guy that's always in the library, you would date a guy in the library. I mean, a girl in the library. Like I don't know. I just feel like the people at the parties, if you're always at a party, you're probably going to date somebody that's always at a party. Like, I don't know. I feel like you just meet people where you at. I don't feel like it's oh my God, if he doesn't have any, like, I would probably rather date a guy that doesn't have social media clout and followers than date a guy who has like, thousands of people. Like, I don't know.
Okay, Zaria, let me ask you one quick question, and then I promise I'm going to shut up and let you speak, Baby C. So, Zaria, I acknowledge what you just said, and I believe you on what you just said, but you also just personalized it to you. But Zaria, let me ask you two questions, and I want you to answer them 100% honestly. Do most women in our age range, do they automatically associate a man being a square with being a lame? And then secondly, you just said that you would actually prefer to date a man that doesn't have too much motion on social media. That's you, Zaria. But most women, do you think that most women in our age range have that same mindset or do you think that they want a man that's quote unquote popping on the gram? Like, be 100% honest, Aria, to those two questions.
I would say to the first question about I would say no. I think most women will try to go for a guy that has clout around my age group. People, a lot of things are social media based nowadays, but I personally think it's because a lot of people don't know themselves. They want what everybody else has. And I've been told on multiple people, even old people, grown people, that I have a very different mindset, kind of a mature mindset. But for sure, there are people. Everybody wants to get on a private jet to Dubai. You feel me? Like everybody wants to have this Instagram, social media. I told my dad just the other day, like, if I could find my perfect man, my perfect family, whatever, I would delete everything. Like if it came, like if it was a like agreement, like you can have the perfect life you want, you just gotta never post on Instagram again. Oh, I'm out of there. Like it doesn't matter to me. But I feel like a lot of people in my age range probably are like that.
In our age range, Aria.
Yeah, in our age
Uh,
range.
Yeah, in our age, like, bro, we gotta
I
keep it
think so.
real, bro. I like to keep it real. I don't like to play games, bro.
And
Like,
then, like,
listen, fellas,
as
fellas,
much as
fellas.
people want to try to deny it, like, if a guy hits your DMs right now with a blue check, you're screenshotting it. Like, you're screenshotting it. You're going to put it in your close friends. You're going to be like, oh my God, y'all, look who just said something to me. Like, you're going to respond. If you say, I want to take you out, even if it's just the quote unquote link, you're going to go. A lot of girls our age do that. But, like, it's just because it's social media. It's just a social media thing, no. But I do agree with that part. I do. I will agree with that
it's
part.
social
But
media.
Okay.
a lot
And
of things
thank you,
are more
Zaria.
social media based.
Zaria, go ahead and mute up. We are going to get back to the topic, but we Baby P, you done started a whole fire. Baby C, welcome back. Thank you for waiting so patiently, Auntie. The floor is yours. Rock out, Auntie. Listen, I don't know when you came in here. I don't know what you have heard. I know you have heard a lot on this panel. Touch on what you want to touch on. Auntie, if you think everything that I've been saying that I'm full of shit, tell me that. If you think everything that the boy your nephew been saying is facts, let that be known as well, okay? Your floor is yours.
I'm gonna be honest with all y'all. How y'all doing tonight?
We doing all
I
right.
got very
Good.
low voice here, so excuse my voice.
It's all right.
Uh, so, Baby P, you young, talented, bright. Remember how shiny your star is, because when you got a shining star, everyone wants a taste of your light. Everyone wants the taste of it, and because you're young and your light is shining so bright, you have to watch out for the snakes at night. If ain't nobody never told you that little riddle. You are very beautiful, and I'm quite sure you are a talented young lady. And abstinence, I would stick to it if I was you. Don't let nobody force you, nor try to push you to do something that you do not want to do. Don't let women or young women or friends get in your ear and say, well, girl, we doing this or we doing that. Nothing wrong with date. Date don't relate. We can relate to a lot of things, man and woman. We can relate to clothes, shoes, mothers, fathers. But to date somebody is to pick up data on who this person is. And you want to watch the data because the data is for show. If they showing you signs of lack of interest, if they just compliment you on your body parts, you probably want to pay attention to that. If you're talking to them and they're looking down while you trying to get them to look at head level, you want to pay attention to things like that. Men coming, hey. Even when a man approach you and address you in such a matter, make sure they're approaching you and addressing you as a young lady and not just anybody out on the street. So I'm not going to knock you for dating. I'm not going to knock you for bumping into good guys and bad guys. That's just life experience. But what I'm going to tell you, and out there on your journey, getting to know yourself, keep yourself, because there's worse things out here than a baby. The HIV population is very high amongst us women. And it's being spread around like it's a piece of candy on Halloween Day. We get on the platforms and I hear a whole lot of people talk about everything but STDs, which is a high rate out here. But I'm not going to tell you don't date nobody. What I will tell you is it's imperative and it's very important that you watch who you lay with.
Mm.
And then land with somebody, be safe. If you just can't hold yourself no longer, cover up. I don't care what he say. Both top and bottom. That's what I'm going to tell you. And as far as what you are saying, you are correct. Tonight, you stand to be correct. There are a lot of young men out here that are getting with these women and getting these women pregnant. And they having babies and they're not staying in the homes and raising these kids. They are not. And instead of women finding out what's going on and why this happened here, they look at it and they will still go to that same man and see that behavior,
Man.
and do the exact same thing again. So I cannot say that he is not telling the truth. He is telling the truth. I'm not going to say it's not happening. I see it. But what we have to do is, you on here, you 21, we're going to focus on you. And I'm going to tell you, it's true what this young man say. It's men out here. If a man will open a door for you, that's a good thing. Look for a suitor. That's a man at the end game. He wants to marry. Look for a man that you're going to court with. That man is looking for marriage at the end. But you 21. You're just getting to know yourself. The best thing I could tell you to do is this stranger danger in the streets is talking and walking.
Facts.
That's what I'm going to tell you. And being a woman of melanin color, we are in danger in so many levels. Even just going out those doors now. So you really have to watch who you pick up along the ways. You really have to watch who you decide to take home. Hey, if it ain't your husband, I tell you like this, don't bring him home. Don't take nobody to your home. If he ain't your husband, he ain't got no business through your doors.
Mm.
If you ain't doing nothing to date, you keep him outside your doors. I don't care if you get to the point where he's the suitor, y'all courting, keep him outside your doors.
Mm.
No man needs to be in your house or you in theirs unless there is a marriage going on. And I'm going to be honest with you on those levels. But there are men out here that have baby mamas. And yes, they do. They are getting women pregnant. And there are women who is allowing things like this. Don't tell me you don't know, because there's going to be signs and wonders all up in your face. I don't believe in game. I just believe in you're not paying attention. And sometimes without growth and not experience, you can't see things that someone is throwing off. But if you see a man that only compliments your body, that should be a clue in your head.
Mm.
It really should. If you see a man that is comparing you, any man, and that's something that I disagree with what men do on the panel. Don't compare me to no other race. We women of melanin, we can't be compared because you can't get them no shades and grades like we have. So I'm not going to give you that discount to discount me. If you want to get something outside of me, you can, but they the same over there. I come with dreads. I come with my hair straight. I come with my hair puffy, curly. I come in all kinds of fashions. But he is speaking truth. And I cannot say he is not. But what I can tell you to do is protect yourself by any means necessary. Because when you're tainted with a child, and yes, I said tainted, it's not a bad thing. But when you get that baby by somebody else, This is what I want you to understand. If he has a baby mother already, your baby is second class. That means the two that's prior to is obligated first and yours last. And any real woman would understand that those future kids was there first and understand what her child's place is. So you want yours and your lineage to be from one man. You want your kids to have benefits by one man. You don't want none of your children to feel less than they should. Because I have seen households like that too, as well. Kids that's not the father, and he has other kids by the woman, but some men won't treat that child the same as he treat his own. So we really have to start being aware of bringing children into this world. And men definitely need to learn self-control.
Okay.
So I'm not going to throw that out at all. Self-control is number one. All this, we visual creatures and we this and we that. No, that's nasty. That's nasty on so many levels to go around and throw it all up against the wall, all across the floor, and act like you ain't got no self-control. Then you want to talk about body counts? What you think? Because you walking around with a pole and I'm with a hoe? Yours even any cleaner than mine? Nah, it's nasty. And this infestation of STDs that's out here walking around like it's part of us, and this is just a norm, it really needs to stop. That's our biggest fear. That should be your way biggest fear, baby. Walking out here on this street, be afraid. Go get you a book and read up on it. People piss and fire.
Facts.
So in dating, don't relate. There's no such thing as a relationship. We can relate all day. Go look it up. It's called a situationship. But if you go look up suitors and you go look up courtship, you'll find marriage at the end. You're far too young to be thinking about marriage right now. I know you just having fun. But I don't want you. I just want you to be safe out here. That's the biggest thing. Be safe, baby. Because that's what people not telling our younger women and men. Be safe out here. The young lady, Shaquella, whatever her name is, look what they did to that young lady. And she thought it was safe. That's why you got to watch out. You got to watch out for people. Somebody say, I want to buy you a drink. No, I'm cool. I'm cool. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, no, that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, you trying to act stuck up. Hey, no, I just don't want to drink, brother. And you stay humble. And you stay you. And don't let nobody force your hand. That's your hand. You hold all the cards. But he is correct. It is a lot of that stigmata going out there. And we as men and women, we need to address what's going on. We really do.
That's what I be trying to do, Auntie.
But the Pookies and the Ray Rays, I got some Dantes and some DeMontes. And they ain't got no kids. None whatsoever. My sons ain't giving it to you. And then the women come up to her. Well, you won't be getting none of this then. Let me go and find somebody who ain't lactose intolerant. If you get my drift.
Auntie, I'll be trying to tell them.
It's out there.
Like
it is. But you just play it safe. If you're going to tell them something and women wants to, she's young. She's experienced in the world. But the best thing to tell someone that is 21 is, hey, it's not about going out there. It's about being safe. That's what you got to do. Be safe. We talking about all this passport brothers. I seen some of the stuff down there. You doing this, you doing that. Nah, why you not just telling these kids to be safe? You condemning them. Don't condemn them. Tell them to cover up. Somebody open up a clinic where you sitting down and you trying to educate these young men I don't care whether they got fathers or not. But don't condemn them. Condemning them, that still ain't teaching them. If somebody not teaching somebody, then teach them. Just like I came up here. I'm not here to condemn her. I'm here to tell her, be safe. It's dangers out there. They found the woman up here in a basement, chained to a brick wall, both of her legs broken. How she got there, we don't know. We do not know. But what I'm telling you is that it's not safe. It is not safe for melanated women or children on these streets. And no one is talking about the hundreds of thousands of us that are coming up missing. And nobody saw the news where they arrested all those people that were, Jews and all them folks that was trafficking body parts. All these things is happening. And you got to wonder, why are they picking you? But these are women that ain't even doing nothing. Some of them just out there on the dating scene. So be watchful. If you see them in a club, go in 2 pairs. Somebody won't take, nah, that's okay. If you decide to date somebody, go out in broad daylight. Go to an open area where it's a lot of people around. That's what I'm going to tell you. They say they want to go home. Nah, you can't go to my home. Well, and don't go in the car with them. I can pick you up. No, I'll meet you there. Remember, you just getting to know this person. So definitely don't get in their cars. And wherever you go, make sure you got your own food money, because you're dating. No one is obligated to pay for you. You're dating. You're in the process. And you don't want to feel like you obligated to nobody because they take you out. I've seen some of these young men take women out and talking about, if we smashing tonight. What do you mean? Because you took me out for food. I could have did this myself at home. Okay. Where are you getting these ideas out in your head? And then you wonder the the stigmata. Y'all young men and young women, you a young man, she's a young woman. Stop letting these older folks put things in your head about the way things should go. Now, what's going on with them is what's going on with them. But you young. I'm a 6-figure woman, almost 7. Some men feel intimidated by me, although I ain't looking. But some men get intimidated. If you're intimidated by me, you ain't for me in the first place. But there's somebody for everybody in this world that will match your energy, that will match your love, that will match your understanding, that will match your compassion, that will match your loyalty, that will match your love. And then there's some ugly monsters out here that will hurt you, harm you, abuse you, whether it be man or woman. But in overall, we people, we need to stay safe. It's not about the man or woman. And we need to stop criticizing. We need to start telling these young men and women, hey, look, I'm not saying you a Pookie and Ray Ray, brother. I'm just saying I want to see you live. Because you got to think about it now. Them Pookie and Ray Rays, you're going to need them in the future as your allies. And to fight this war. Everybody needs everybody. And I love everybody on this panel dearly. And I want to see y'all 10, 15 years from now. And I want to see your children 10, 15 years from now. And I'm not here to compete with none of y'all. I'm not here to go against the grain. What I'm hearing on my platform is just for all us to get an understanding and know what it is to be able to have a decent conversation with each other without doubting. So just change the terminology. Just say it's a lot of young men out here that's out here and they don't mean for your good. It's a song I like to sing. The devil meant for bad, but I'm so glad that God meant for my good. That's how you got to look at life. You got to watch people who meant for your good and those who don't. But I want y'all to stay up. I want y'all to stay blessed. Keep the questions going. Next time, ask them a positive question. Ask them questions that's going to make them think and jump down that rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask them, how safe is it for the black woman? Because it's dangerous and detrimental. And this ain't just got to do with any of us. We've all been targeted. And it ain't got nothing to do with a man. Because some of them have husbands and wives. Wife, they never came home. But I ain't going to hold the panel no more.
Oh,
Auntie, thank you so much.
thank
Listen,
you,
when
Auntie.
you come on here, you always bless me. You always bless the panel. You always bless everyone in the room with all this knowledge, all these gems, all this wisdom. And I appreciate you, and I love you so much, Auntie. I appreciate you, like for real. Like, Auntie, I know. Listen, I know people be coming here for like different reasons, and I know when I be talking, like people may find it entertaining and think that I'm trying to be funny and stuff, but I'm not trying to be funny at all. Like I don't do stunts on here. I don't do theatrics. Like I'm being very serious about what I say. Like I may say it in whatever way that
I know.
the delivery may be however it is, but like I'm being very serious about what I say. Like, Baby P, I just met you tonight. Like I don't know you from a can of paint, but I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you like become a statistic. Like I don't want to see you be a 21, 22-year-old single mother. Like I don't want you to be on here being mad at me talking about whatever I'm talking about because you let a man put you in a situation that you really didn't have to let him put you in, like for real. So like, you know, like again, I'm not trying to be funny at all. Like I'm being very serious, and I hope you taking like what I'm saying and like what Auntie just said. Like I hope you taking it to heart. And like I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not over here trying to say that Earl and Chuck and Larry and you know Ernie won't do you wrong either. But you know, I'm trying to tell you and all these other women, this toxic man that you're looking for, this toxic love that you're looking for, like this man that, you know, lives this spontaneous lifestyle, it's not all what you think it is. It's not all what they may portray it to be. That's all I'm trying to get to you.
Yeah.
Auntie, do you have any last words you want to bless the people with before I move on to my brother Enu and bring another person up here?
Screen froze. My screen had froze. Brothers and sisters, let's be mindful on how we use our words towards each other. If you want to humble yourself as a child when you choose to use your words. I know I got on here one day and I just let it go. And sometimes I had to just tell people what it was. But all this passport bros and all this other stuff, if people gonna do what they gonna do, and these younger generations gonna do what they gonna do, at least somebody tell them, be safe. Be safe. If you going don't talk about it, be about it. Don't call them Pookie and Ray Rays. You know what I'm saying? Go down there and let them know that they somebody. You somebody. And I hear a lot of people preach on biblical. And you can't serve two gods. You can't be a spiritual, but you condemn the people because you are not the judge and jury. So we can't condemn. Remember, when the disciples went out and Jesus sent the disciples onto the people, he told them to go out and go forth. And for those who accept it, let them accept it. For those who don't, you brush your feet off and you keep moving. That's all you can do. But trying to condemn, we know how to do that all too well to each other. And we're very well with doing it. And that's the very thing that we must stop. We must stop talking down to each other. One day you're going to say something wrong to somebody and it's going to end their life. That's why you got to watch your words. Somebody might be on their last limb and you could have said something, to determine whether they live or die
Mm.
just by what you said. So let's be mindful of how we talk to people. Let's be mindful on how we love each other. Y'all can say what y'all want to say down there in the box about me, but I love every last one of you. And guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it but accept it. So call me everything but my name. But I still love you. And you can't do nothing about it now. I'm going to cheer you on in whatever goes, whatever you're going through. And I'm gonna keep on pushing out this positive thing because we need a positive receptor.
Mm.
And I'm gonna end it on there. You go ahead and take your floor and your live back. And thank you for having me as a guest.
Of
I
course,
appreciate
Auntie.
it.
Like I
Thank
said, you are always welcome here. Much love. Please continue to come through and drop these gems, Auntie. Because when I be saying it, I don't know if it's the delivery. I don't know if they just don't take me serious, but I don't know. It gets through more when you speak. So, Auntie, you have a great night. I'm gonna drop you and bring another woman on here. Okay?
Wait, can I say something before she
Yeah,
leaves?
yeah. Go ahead.
Like, I just want to say thank you so much. I don't know if I can call you auntie. I'm just gonna call you auntie. Thank you so much. I think what you said tonight really resonated with me because, like, I see what you're saying, and it really just like touched me because I think like growing up, like I don't really have that many people in my life that told me that, so I just kind of like I have to do that myself, and sometimes I don't think like that. So just hearing your words, it really just touched me. I'm not sure. I know I'm not the only one that it touched, but it was really needed. So I just want to say thank you. Like seriously, thank you. Like yeah.
Yeah, you can follow me, baby P. Anytime you have a question or concern, I'm here to mentor. You can
Oh,
have my extended hand, and I
God.
will stop and I will answer the call if you call.
Oh,
So you follow me, and if you want my number, because that's just something we need to do. We need to build better relationship as women. And if you have to get on the phone and there's something you undecisive about, and you say, "Hey, baby T, I don't understand this. So could you help me through it?" I have no problem with being there and being the ear. I sure will. If
oh,
it'll help in any way, I'm here to help you. And this not talk. And some people that even know me on this platform, they know I didn't gave out my number. Hey, call me. If it's something that I can do for you, help you business wise, or give you advice, that's what this should be about. Leadership, advice, and guidance does not stop. I was a pillar of my community, and I don't just sit in my family. I extend out.
mm,
So definitely just follow. And
I
once
did.
again, y'all have a great night, and I love you guys, and y'all stay blessed.
Thank you.
Love you
Love you too.
too.
You have a great night as well. All right.
Mm-hmm.